gonna record this and let's start. My name is Sergey Savastyuk. I have a PhD in applied mathematics. These days, they would call it as AI. And today I'm gonna talk about stock patterns and how to find them in real time and how to backtest them and find the confidence of the success. Okay, first thing first, it is our legal information. You can also find our disclaimers on our website. This slide, I like this slide pretty much everywhere because the main advice people give to traders, be as robotic as possible, but that's where they end. We are trying to develop a system where if you follow, you can really be in a good shape because somebody is helping you, okay? And this is the example of our trading. If you remember, there was a April, very volatile market. There was quite a lot of ups and downs, but that's the way we trade on our brokerage account using the methods I'm going to be talking about. So what I'm going to be talking about is about the basics of the trading with patterns, backtesting, and then I will give you a demo of our pattern search engine and the real-time patterns, and then how it can be combined with our screener and what are the robots, because the robots, this are our ultimate solution to follow, and that's where we really do the best, okay? So let's say that if you guys want to join us on X, which is a forward Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, there's a lot of interesting information, free signals. Join us at, let's say, x.com at Tickeron, and YouTube at Tickeron, and Facebook at Tickeron. Okay, let's start. Okay, so what is the backtesting and why it is important? It is similar to like in life. If you get a particular pattern and you know your probability of success, that's great. Like similar to what happens in the baseball. And in this case, it is an example. You have trade idea. You're going to be kind of trading on the dips. So kind of stock goes up, down, and up. And it is a kind of a pattern. And it is trade idea. And then what we do, we analyze in the past kind of a similar conditions which took place. And we say, okay, there was 12 months ago was a success. And then it was a failure. Then it was a success. Failure, you see, it didn't really repeat the pattern. It just kind of went down. And then another success. And this simple model, it was 3 quarters at 75% odds of success, okay? So that's a kind of a simplistic understanding. You can say the confidence of this type of approach is 75%, and that's what we're going to use it, okay? But it obviously much more complicated, but for simplicity, that's the case, okay? So what are the patterns? There's a lot of medical patterns now being recognized by AI. There are a lot of patterns in self-driving cars, in ECGs, and in other life type of environment. And the patterns in the driving much more complicated than in the medical conditions. And then the same thing happens there. They find the similar conditions, calculate the chances of success, and then the confidence the car is going to figure that out to get out of the bad situation or good situation, okay? So now let's talk about the stocks. So kind of one of the most famous patterns, it is like head and shoulders. You see it's kind of reverse because it is a bullish. It is a head, 2 shoulders, and this is a breakout, okay? So how it works? So it's a kind of fight between bulls and bears, and it goes down, hits this line, then goes down, again hits this line, and then making a third attempt to hit this line, and then breaks out. And what happens at this moment in psychology with the people, oh my God, I'm gonna miss the opportunity because there's a breakout, and they start buying. So what we do, we go to the market, find these patterns and all other known patterns. I will talk about them, and then predict how far it's going to go to the target price, and that difference between the breakout and the target price is a profit. Okay, so that's our goal. Okay, this is another example of a breakout. You see, it could be in a channel. It's also very well-known pattern when stock stays in the channel, then breaks out, and then all of a sudden people, oh my God, it went up, and then jumping in, and that's where we can predict how far it's going to go up. Okay, so let's analyze a little bit what we do and what our AI engine does. It is this head and shoulders. I already showed you, but if you look at this, now I can do simulation. This is also head and shoulders, right? This is also head and shoulders. And then if I do like that, it is a, oops, a reverse version of a head and shoulders, which is a bearish. You see, it is now it's more clear. This is a head, couple of shoulders, and this breakout for the bearish direction, right? So that means you can have all kinds of head and shoulders with the different shapes. This one is also head and shoulder, right? So what we do, we go to the market and find all head and shoulders. We find actually about 39 different types of shapes and forms, and then calculate. And that's where the difference between our search engine and all others. We predict the confidence level. That's a kind of the main feature of our engines, okay? So let's look at another pattern called cup and handle. Kind of a similar case, but it is more profound cup, and this is a handle, and again breakout, okay? And then again it goes up. It could be bearish or bullish, depending on the shape. So for instance, this one is a cup and handle bearish pattern. You see, it goes up, kind of bounces, and goes, and here it breaks out, and then again anxiety at the market. Oh my God, it's going down. Okay, so it's another interesting pattern called rising pennant. It's a kind of kind of goes up and then creates some anxiety, and then boom, it breaks out and goes up. Okay, so I will tell you the first version of our system. We call it version 1. We took this type of patterns, calculated the odds of success, and I will show you in a demo, and then kind of presented that to the users. And then we realized that depending on how the stock is approaching that patterns also matters. Okay, so for instance, this stock goes down and up, and then here starts the real pattern, right? Like that. Or it can go up, and then so that means there is some kind of prehistory, and that's what nobody analyzes. So people kind of don't look at the history of what happened before. So in order to make our predictions even more sophisticated, we introduced to the classical patterns, which are known, some prehistory. And that what allows us to improve our capabilities. And then we do the same. We go around and calculate confidence level through the back testing. Okay. So you see, what we do, we did it for all patterns. So we had here quite a lot of different cases. So can go down, up, down with the different altitudes, amplitudes, and the different type of volatility. Okay. And now I will show you how to use our pattern search engine, and I will show you how to use it together with our other modules, okay? So let's look at here. No, not that one. It's a trend prediction engine. So let me start here, pattern search engine, okay? So it's a brief description. You can always find it. And then you can look at the pattern types. And so you see bullish and bearish, okay? So in total about 39. And some of them you already see familiar, like cup and handle, like this is a flag, this is a head and shoulders. You see the channels and other triangle, ascending, descending triangles. There's a lot of shapes, and that's what you can find in a lot of books, okay? But the difference is that with our engine of recognition, we took that pattern, which can be different depth, width, here and here, quite a lot of other things. Our AI goes and it calculates the what? Probability of success with a different confidence level. So you remember, confidence level is like something which is coming out of the back testing. So imagine here is about 4,500 patterns have been recognized through the history. And then with the confidence level, as you can see, 68% reach the target price. So that means kind of makes that profit, okay? So if I would like to use it and then say, okay, I want a patterns with a confidence level 70%. So the number of patterns is fewer, and the probability of success goes up. Okay, so that means the probability of getting to this target price gets to the 76%. But if I find the patterns with a confidence level 80, so it's almost 80% of fewer patterns, which you have to wait to get, are going to get to this level of success, okay? So, and that's where we are strong, meaning as a company, once calculating the machines and AI, contemporary world, and that's what we created. We created a recognition system and the prediction system. What are the chances of success, okay? So, how to use it, okay? So there's a simplify search, and then let's assume I'm here in presets and I want to find all patterns for S&P 500, okay? So this very simple click, and you have here 500 stocks, okay? And now you have patterns for all 500 stocks, which are found, let's say, Meta, right? On July 29, and actually right before earnings, where the Meta went pretty high. I think it's already been very high. And the pattern is called three rising valleys. As you can see, it's kind of supporting line. Quite a lot of people try to find it, but our software does find it. You see supporting line, and the stocks kind of bounces and then finally kind of breaks out at a particular point. And then, so what we do, we predict confidence level. Here's not high, and one needs to understand that. So it gives the breakout and the target price, which is at 3%, okay? So in order to get to the better conditions, then you have to go to the advanced search, okay? So how to set up advanced search? You have to select what you want to find. So it's stocks, penny stocks separately, because some people kind of like it separately, ETFs, Forex, and a crypto, okay? So let's stay with stocks, and then let's customize it, okay? So here you can select some categories of the stocks you want our machine to go and find the patterns, or a particular list of stocks, okay? So it's pre-selected, which you can here click, type, and then let's say Meta, and it is, sorry, let's type it, Meta, and then you see you can add Meta to the list, add, and now Meta is in the list. And yeah, you see at the bottom. So that means the machine is going to be searching in this list. So you can have both, either categories or this. So you save, and now you set up this one, right? The stocks, okay? Let me, yeah, this is a setting up stocks, okay? Now, you see, it is searching results with these stocks. It's about 8,000. So you can say, wow, it's kind of too many. And I want to reduce. Let's say you can take a kind of very specific market cap. So it's kind of small filtering system here. You see, for market cap between 10 billion, 200 billion, now I have thousands kind of patterns was identified. Minimum confidence level, I would set up like about 50, let's say, yeah, 50. And now I have this confidence level, which is greater than 50. Okay. And now I have these stocks. And everywhere you click, you're going to be able to find the stocks with different patterns, their description, their statistics, and everything else. So, like for instance, this one, you see it gives you a probability of success and everything which it relates to. Okay. So if you want to find only bullish patterns, you unclick bearish, you remove it, and then you're going to have only bullish patterns. Okay, so after you play with this, and then you can play with penny stocks separately or together with ETFs. You can include ETFs and also with Forex, but typically people don't combine. You can do it separately with this. Okay, so then when you kind of happy with your play as advanced search, then you can set up alerts. Okay, so when you set up alerts, you do pretty much the same. First of all, you set up push notifications, email. So that means when the system finds these patterns, then it will send you alert right on your screen or via email. Okay, so as you can see, so let me see. Yeah, so let's go here. Yeah. So here you can edit what kind of patterns you can have. Okay, and then the same thing for bullish and bearish, all. Okay, and then so here, what is important, that patterns not found. Why? Because I didn't press the start button. I have to press the start button before I'm gonna start receiving alerts, and it starts on the next day. Okay, so don't be scared when you go here first time and then you are confused, because this is a daily alerts versus search. Okay, so one important thing is that we have two types of patterns. One is emerged, one is confirmed. What is the difference? Let me show you on one of the examples, like right here. Some people don't understand. And some of the people, some trade these emerged patterns. So for instance, the stock kind of bounces, goes up, bounces again. And this is this particular point for kind of trying to go up. And the people anticipate that it's going to go up and then start trading earlier, before breakout. So that means this distance, we call it as a emerging pattern. So when it breaks out, then it is becoming confirmed. Okay, that's pretty much for every pattern. Okay, so now I showed you the basics of pattern search engine based on the daily information. Now let's look at what happens on the real-time patterns. What it means now we have a case as a feed. So feed means that it is keep finding the patterns based on a very short time frames. So the machine goes pretty much with the same philosophy and then finds the patterns on time frames, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. You see, so you have to click and choose how fast you want to find. So that means these are the sizes of your candles. The same thing set up either tickers or categories. Okay, so then ETFs here 0, and then these are types of patterns. So either you select all, or you select some particular ones. Let's say you want only channels. You save here when it is channels. Okay. Okay. So you see, it keeps finding channels and breakout points, and that's what the system does. And here is absolutely the same as I showed you in the pattern search engine. So as you can see, it gives you confidence level, breakout, entry point, and how much you can make, and the confidence level. Okay. And then, so what you can do is the same thing. It is a simplified pattern search where you can here enter, and I will show you how to use it. Or here you set up alerts in this customization, these push notifications, and you're good to go. So that means when I say find the patterns and test them in a second, so what it means we've done that work for you. And that's exactly what you really need. Okay. So now people are asking, okay, and how to narrow the search. And that's where a two-step approach, which we use, and we use it when we teach, and we use it when we build robots. Okay. So we use screener, and we have daily signals, buy sell signals. Okay. So if you watch my video or even previous webcast, you will see that you have to create some kind of a list for tomorrow. Okay. There are different ways to find the list for tomorrow. Let's say you want to trade. So one of them is a good group trends. So what we do, and what is the difference between us and actually other screeners? We have these group trends. So for instance, food distributors and other industrial machinery. You see, they're all green. It's 12 months, 6 months, quarter, a month, and week and day. It's green and it's still strong buy. Okay, so you can click here, and when you click here, pretty much on every module you're gonna find this blue field. This is either for the transfer or like a copy to clipboard, like a copy to, and to these different modules. You can explore these modules, watch other webcasts and videos, but one of these ways is to take that group and push and a copy to these real-time patterns where we've been, right? So I click here, and with one click, I transfer the entire list to, you see, this simplified search. Now, this is my list, and these are the candles, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. I can click, bearish, bullish, and now I have the list prepared for the day trading, okay? So that means from conceptual approach, you start from the screener, watch the videos, find how to do that, and then use it, and then use it during the day trading, where you have hints and tips when and exactly to enter with the particular patterns you select. Okay. When we introduced in our history these tools, people started asking, okay, how you guys trade yourself? And I keep repeating, okay, We use this two-step approach. We use Screener and then other tools. So Screener mostly for the fundamental analysis, and then patterns, trends, and other things for technical analysis. And they say, show us how we trade. They kept asking. And then we created these robots, okay? So the robots is for people who like just copy their trades without real explanation. But the tools I showed you, they're mostly for like a do-it-yourself type of people, okay? And here you can explore these annualized returns. Let's say we trade different types of approaches. Here is a description of the different types of subscriptions. This is a small manual. And then we trade, let's say there, we trade this 3x ETF for NASDAQ, okay? And these are trading Apple, Google, NVIDIA, right? And so when you click inside, okay, first you can adjust the size of your portfolio, okay? And then you can see it's been in a position, just bought Google, Apple, stocks, it is the short position, Microsoft and Microsoft, okay? Then you can see the description. You can follow that and receive the signal. And then you can look at the statistic. As you can see, this yellow line, it is S&P 500 SPY, green, that's how we've been trading, okay? And then what you have, all statistics. So for instance, it's like maximum open positions, annualized return, average P&L, so how much you can make on average. So the good thing with this algorithm, and every tile is a different algorithm because different combination require different work creation. The average time duration in the position 2 days. 300 is like it's kind of winner you can make. You can lose, but with the probability 70% on long positions, you're going to win. 78% you're going to win on the short positions, okay? And then you have these records of your trades, okay? So where we entered, where you exited, what's left is for you to really copy them, and these are the records of what was entered, what was exited, okay? So just to make a recap, as you can see, I showed you how to work with the screener for real-time patterns, and then these are description that we did make a significant progress just lately, where we had 60 minutes, every 60 minutes we were training the systems to better recognize. Then we moved to 15 minutes, lately 5. And then we give a bonus. So if you subscribe to robots, then you get some of the credits for do-it-yourself products for intermediate 1, 2, and an expert. It's all you can eat subscription. Okay. That concludes my presentation. You can always contact customer support or experts for extra explanations. If you have any questions, please do it now, and I will stop the recording. And if you have any questions, it's a good time to start. Okay, so most people like this short video, so that means I'm gonna complete this video, and then you will see this video in a day or two on our website. Thank you for your participation, and goodbye.